Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lexi here from 8th Avenue, and today I've got the X Factor, or should I say the IX Factor. Basically, I'm going to be reviewing this phone over here, the Mobicel IX Plus, so let's get into it. The Mobicel IX Plus is the third and final installment of the phones in the Mobicel's IX series, with the IX being the first, the Pro being the second, and then the IX Plus being its flagship. And I am actually quite impressed by this phone, and it has also been causing quite a buzz in the world of budget-friendly smartphones in South Africa. So let's talk about it. Starting with the design. The Mobicel IX Plus has a very sleek body with a 6.8-inch IPS LCD display. It also has a teardrop notch at the top that houses the front camera and a big chin at the bottom. At the bottom of the device, it has the 3.5mm audio jack, a USB-C charging port, and the speakers. On the right side panel, we have the power button / fingerprint reader and the volume button above it. On the left side panel, we have the SIM card and memory card tray, and then there's nothing on the top panel. The size of the phone feels just right in the hands, and the device is built out of plastic. It's got a glass front, a plastic frame, and a plastic back. And it comes in two colors, gray and purple. The one that I have is the gray version. I'm not really a fan of the color, but okay. It also has a matte finish that makes it scratch resistant, but not exactly fingerprint resistant. In fact, I noticed it attracts a lot of dust as well as a lot of fingerprints. It doesn't have straight and flat edges like the IX Pro, so it can't stand upright on its own, but it's still a very good design. Flat edges is just a preference of mine. For a full review of the Mobicel IX Pro, you can click on the card above or follow the link in the description below. Let's talk about the performance. What separates the Plus from the IX and the Pro? The IX Plus is powered by the MediaTek Helio G70 chipset, which is coupled with an octa-core CPU, and it also has 4 gigs of RAM that can be expanded up to 8 gigabytes. And it also has 128 gigs of internal storage, and with that 128 gigs of onboard storage, using the 8 gig of RAM boost is actually advisable. This phone can handle everyday tasks with so much ease. It also has a 90 Hz display refresh rate that can be adjusted between auto, 60 and 90 Hz. When it comes to multitasking and speed, there is a very significant difference between the IX, the Pro, and the Plus. The IX Plus performs much better and is faster than its predecessors. It also supports dual SIM cards with a dedicated second SIM card slot, which is always a nice touch. The IX Plus has fingerprint unlock with a side fingerprint sensor, and it also has face recognition, which is slightly slower than the fingerprint sensor. The phone runs on Android 13, which is a much better operating system than the Android Go edition that's on the IX and the IX Pro. And it also has NFC for your contactless payments. With the Android 13, the 19 Hz refresh rate, the MediaTek Helio G70 chipset, it makes it a good, in fact, a great budget phone to compete against any other budget Android phones that are out there. It holds up very well when gaming and video streaming for long periods of time. Now let's talk about the battery. Battery life is very crucial when it comes to a smartphone, and the IX Plus doesn't disappoint. It has a built-in 5000 mAh battery that supports 18 watts fast charging, which goes from 0 to 100% in about 2.5 to 3 hours. I got just under a day of battery life with the IX Plus, which isn't as long as that of the IX and the IX Pro, But it makes sense because if you set it up to 90 hertz refresh rate as well as use up all 8 gigs of RAM, then it takes up a lot of performance and performance power for the battery. In addition, I also noticed then that when watching videos for extended periods of time or playing games for extended periods of time, the phone does start to heat up, which can become a bit of a problem because then the battery drains at a very rapid pace, but once it has cooled down, then it starts to drain at a normal rate. Now on to the most important feature of the phone, the camera. The one thing that Mobicel stays getting roasted for, but I tell you now, the IX Plus will make you swallow your words. It has a back triple camera setup that comes with a 50 megapixel lens, an 8 megapixel ultra wide lens, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. I struggled to get the wide angle lens to work because it wouldn't zoom out past 1x. The pictures are sharp and the color reproduction is very impressive, especially when it's set to 50 megapixels. Additionally, it also has AI Plus mode, which enhances the pictures that you take when it's on this setting. It does take a while, like about 10 to 15 seconds for the image to process when taken on AI Plus mode, but the results are worth the wait. And in lower light settings, the pictures can be a bit oversaturated and overexposed, but still decent quality. It is significantly better than the quality of the IX Pro or the IX Plus. In fact, I would say you wouldn't say it's a Mobicel if I were to post the pictures and not tell you that it was taken by a Mobicel phone. You would think it's at least one of the budget level Samsung devices that are out there. So, my final verdict. The Mobicel IX Plus goes for 1,999 Rand at most cell phone retailers. And it does come with a few extras in the box, like you get the charging brick, you get a charging cable, you get a cover, as well as a pair of wired earphones, which are actually better quality than what comes in the box for the IX and the IX Pro. Already, this is proving to be more value for your money. In addition, you get the 128 gigs of storage, up to 90 hertz refresh rate, up to 8 gigs of RAM, and not to forget the 50 megapixel camera. With all these specs, this is a very solid phone. It's a great budget phone with proper specs and features at a very, very reasonable price. Phones with these kind of features usually cost a lot more, about 3,000 Rand, or you find that they compromise on picture quality or on performance. So I would give the Mobicel IX Plus a rating of 8.5 out of 10. It's easily one of the best budget friendly entry-level phones out there for this price range. And that's it for my review of the Mobicel IX Plus. I hope you enjoyed this video as well as the series of reviews that I've been doing of the Mobicel IX series. I will be doing a giveaway of these phones, so be sure to subscribe, comment, like and share this video, and stay tuned for the next video where I explain all the details of the giveaway, and see you in the next one. Peace.